which you cannot get with a traditional RAID 5. What else it doesn't do is it doesn't strike parity across all the disks, which is a good thing because therefore you can use different size drives in here. If you got a striped array and you lose a parity inside one of the drives, you lost the entire array. With Unraid, you don't have that problem. If you lose the array, you can still access the data on the drives because each drive is set up as a separate drive. Alright, well, we got this shut down. We're going to go ahead and power this back up. So, like I was saying, you can be able to deal with it that way. With a RAID 5, you got to do an entire restore, which means you got to have a separate system backing up that same stuff entirely, so just in case it goes bad, you have the ability to restore. Also, because this thing can house up to 21 drives at a time, there's the chance that because all the drives are practically somewhere around the same age, at least 2 of them probably around the same age, if you lose 2 drives at a time, this would allow you to restore one of them, but you only lose data on one as opposed to losing data to the entire array. Also, jumping ahead of myself, going a step back, you can also do a restore of the array if one drive fails, to restore that drive. So that parity drive, there's a separate drive in there, there's a parity drive that will actually write the data back to that drive. But if you got 2 drives at a time, if you lose 2 drives at a time, it only writes the data back to one drive. So you actually end up losing data on one drive. So that's the only thing that I probably say that will suck about this. It's not as fast as a traditional array because of the amount of writes it does back to the array. So, but enough of that. This here, we're gonna log back in. Let's see this way. Alright, log back in. I still gotta figure out how to get this script to work, but I gotta load this script in the Go file so it'll load up every time. So every time I reboot this, I gotta retype it in to get this other little program somebody written for Unraid called Unmenu, where you can actually see more information in the drives, about the drives and about the server and everything else. So, and it runs off the web page too. There's a little web server in there, so it runs off the web page, and this OS is entirely on a USB stick. I don't know if we can see that, but I got a nice little USB stick down here, the one with the little clear cable on it. The Lexar, I think Firefly, whatever. So we can see it over here on this box. Let's see what we got. Alright, we're gonna bring up Unraid again. So there's Unraid. See that?